Welcome, everybody. I'm so pleased you could make it this evening, and I'm really happy to see you here. I wanted to offer this workshop because I know that this time of year can get a little bit hectic. So I wanted to offer you the space to reflect, to find stillness and a sense of calm amongst what can be a chaotic season. So I know that many of us feel much more stressed at this time of year, and I did a little bit of research on it, and apparently 35% of men say that they have felt stressed at Christmas, whereas the figure is 51% for women. So we can all wonder why. So I'm hoping to help you find some calm in this workshop, and we have two main segments really to this session. The first part is going to be finding that calm amongst the chaos, and the second part is more focused on letting go of the year that's been. So all of this ties into, of course, the approaching winter solstice that is coming up on Tuesday. So that is the end of winter is in sight. So we're coming towards the end of those really tough times, and spring is on its way. And also the cold full moon that we have. It was in the early hours of this morning, so it'll still be visible. If you can get out and check it out, if you haven't already this evening, then go ahead and take it in. And if you guys have joined in these sessions before, you'll know that the full moon is where we use that as an opportunity to reflect a little more, kind of using the metaphor of the bright moon shining a light on the darkness, and that can really help us to think about being more introspective and looking within. So in this session, I hope that you will find the space to decompress from any pressure that you've been experiencing and find a sanctuary of calm within yourself. And as well as that, hopefully we'll release any unnecessary tensions and feel prepared to stay calm throughout the festive season ahead and prepared for the year ahead as well. So we're going to move, breathe, visualize, and journal. And like I said, you're welcome to make this workshop your own. Do whatever works best for you. Skip parts if you need to. If you need to change the physical movements, just go ahead, do whatever serves you best, okay? So we're going to start off with some breath work and movement. So go ahead and find a little space where you're going to be able to move around a bit. If you have your mat, go ahead and use that. If not, just being on the floor is going to be absolutely fine. And you'll just need about a mat space to move around in. So go ahead and lie down to begin in any way that works for you. We're going to start off by just trying to find a steady and even breath. So begin by just relaxing where you are, encouraging your shoulders to drop down, the muscles in your face to soften, and taking your awareness immediately to your breath. Just noticing, first of all, how your breath is right now. Observing the rhythm of your breath, the quality of that breath. Noticing those parts that feel smooth and comfortable, as well as those areas where it maybe feels sticky or tricky. You could also take a moment to connect with what's going on for you right now, how you're feeling in yourself. Perhaps you find that some of that is reflected in your breath. Let yourself slowly fall into a rhythm of breathing that fits for you, a more even breath, probably a slower breath, and a more controlled breath. Take your time to work your way towards that breath that fits you. Perhaps it's a little more stretched than your natural breath, but there's no strain to it. When you find that breath that really works for you, figure out what count fits that breath. So breathing in and out for say 4, 5, 6, 8, whatever it is that works for you. Stay with this rhythm. We're going to be coming into progressive muscle relaxation. And this is a practice of tensing and releasing our muscles, which I'll be guiding you through. It's said to have many benefits, including improving our sense of well-being and in particularly decreasing muscle tension, so helping us to release tension from our body. And it's said to help reduce anxiety. So let yourself get really comfortable. If there's anything else you need to change here, go ahead. And then we'll start by going through our body parts, clenching them as much as we can as we breathe in, and then releasing as we breathe out. So we'll begin with the face. Start to tense all of the muscles in your face and scalp. Make a tight grimace, close your eyes as tightly as possible, clench your teeth. Even imagine that you're pulling your ears upwards if you can. Hold this for your inhale, whatever that count that worked for you is. Let go of the tension at the end of that breath and exhale, relax completely. Let go of your face and relax. Let your whole face soften. Relax completely and take time before we go on to the next step. When you're ready, moving on to your neck. Completely tense your neck and shoulders. Again, inhaling, counting up to that number that worked for you. And exhale to relax fully. So if you need to repeat any of these, you can do that. And just join in again when you're ready. Let yourself relax. Now work your way down. Next, moving to your chest. Tightening all of the muscles in your chest. And relaxing when you breathe out. Move to your abdomen. Really squeezing your belly. Squeezing in around your waistline. And relaxing as you breathe out. Your right forearm and hand. Create a fist with that forearm. And relax. Just your right hand, scrunch it up, really tensing through your right hand. And let go as you breathe out. The whole of your right arm, clenching all the way up. And relax. Left forearm and hand. So from your elbow down, release as you breathe out. Just your left hand. And relax that hand. The whole of your left arm, really squeezing and tensing. And relax fully as you exhale. Clench your buttocks, squeezing tight. Relax and exhale. The whole of your right leg, squeezing all the way, and relax. Now just your lower right leg, calf and foot. Relax. Just squeezing your right foot. Let go. The whole of your left leg, squeezing all the way down, and relax. Just the lower half of your left leg and foot, and let go. Just your left foot, and relax. Scrunch up your face again, scrunch it up fully, and let go. Now neck, shoulders and arms together, tensing as much as you can. Relax fully. Both abdomen and chest, squeezing the front of your body. And relax. Your buttocks, legs and feet all the way down. And let go. Relax throughout your whole body. Let your whole body relax. So if you've lost that steady and even breathing, coming back to find it again now. And if you aren't already on the floor, you could make your way onto the ground. So on the ground, take the soles of your feet to the floor and feel that connection between your body and the ground beneath you. Feel the back of your body fully supported. Wriggle your feet to wider apart and start to sway your knees gently from side to side. You might like to really take your time with this today. Perhaps you even synchronize this movement with your breath, breathing in as your knees come to center and breathing out as they fall to the side. Now allow your knees to fall all the way down to your right side and come to rest on your right side. Take your right elbow underneath your right shoulder. And come to sit on your right hip, right elbow. Your left hand could be resting on your right thigh and just hover your left leg off your right leg. Rock that knee forwards and backwards as if this left leg is resting on a shelf and you're just kind of cleaning that shelf with your leg. So just rocking it forwards and backwards, exploring a little hip flexion and extension. So just noticing how you feel through that hip today. Good, pause there. Lower your knee to rest on top of your right knee. Then slowly bring yourself back down onto your back. Bring your left knee up towards your chest. Catch the back of your knee or your shin, and you can rest your right leg on the floor or keep the back of the sole of your foot on the ground. Rock your left knee from side to side a little. Then stay with that, or take your left hand to your knee and move your knee around in a circle instead. Change the direction of that circle. Try keeping everything else quite stable. And bring your left foot to rest on the floor. You could wriggle your feet to wider apart again, let your knees fall down to your left side. We'll do the same, coming to rest on our left side. So left elbow under left shoulder, rolling onto your left hip, knees stacked to begin. Then you might rest your right hand on your left thigh and just hover your right leg off the floor or off your left leg, and rock that right leg forwards and backwards, keeping the knee bent. And it doesn't have to be a huge movement. We're just trying to move through the hip socket a little here. So trying to keep your pelvis quite stable, noticing that you're not changing the alignment of your spine a whole lot as you do this. We'll pause there, bring your right leg back down and take yourself onto your back once more. This time bringing your right knee towards your chest, holding the back of your leg or your shin to rock that knee from side to side. Same as before, you could use your right hand to guide that knee around in a circle. And change direction. And place your right foot back down onto the floor and let your knees fall to one side and bring yourself all the way up onto all fours. So take your time to be there, just coming up onto hands and knees. If you need extra support beneath your knees, go ahead and have that. So we'll have hands about under shoulders, knees about under hips. We're just moving through cat-cow to begin. So as you inhale, you could lift your tailbone, lower your belly and pull your heart forwards. And exhale, round your back, scooping bottom underneath you, dropping in top of your head towards the floor. Breathe in to dish through your spine. And exhale, hollow the front of your body. So a couple more times at your own pace, just like this. And feel free to be more creative here. If you want to move in a slightly different way, in a way that your body is calling you to, then go ahead and do that. Or of course, if you're doing this another way, like if you're sitting, that's fine. Finding a way to move through your spine in that way instead. Pause there. You could really plant your right hand under your right shoulder here and take your left hand out to the side. Maybe you want to bend your elbow, lifting that forearm towards the ceiling, or reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling instead. But then threading left arm underneath right arm, just bending into right elbow a little, not touching the floor with your left arm if that's possible. Push into your right hand more to lift your left arm up against your opening chest towards left side. Then exhale, thread that left arm through again. So a few more times like this. And of course, this movement is as big or small as you like, but the most important thing is that you're really nourishing yourself here rather than pushing yourself, rather than exhausting yourself. You're just finding what really works for you. The next time that you thread your arm through, you could come to rest your left shoulder on the floor and the left side of your face, if that's nice for you. You might like to press the back of your left arm into the floor. Maybe you like to walk your right hand forwards and almost tuck your head underneath that right shoulder as if you're twisting through your spine a little more. Take a couple of breaths wherever fits you.
And slowly bring your right hand back towards you. Push into that hand and lift left arm up again. Now, your left hand could come back to the floor first. We're going to step our left foot forwards. Maybe you keep reaching your left hand towards the ceiling, or maybe you take your left hand to your thigh instead and just explore some rotation through here, doing whatever feels good for you with your neck, maybe dropping your head towards your right shoulder, maybe keeping your neck neutral, whatever fits for you. One more steady breath as you are. And slowly bring your left hand down, left knee back underneath you, and once more through cat and cow. Inhale, lift your tailbone, lower your belly and reach out forwards. Exhale, round your spine. And again, breathing in and out. Come back to center. So this time, planting your left hand on the floor, open up your chest towards the right side as you breathe in. Again, maybe it's nice to bend your elbow today or reach your right hand up, whatever's nice for you. Exhale, thread right arm underneath left arm and bend into that left elbow, really reaching right hand across. Push into the floor with your left hand as you open up to the right side, breathing in there. And exhale, thread your arm through. So do this a few more times at your own pace, moving with your breath if you can, but just doing whatever works for you. And this next time, we'll pause with our right arm threaded through. This time, maybe taking your left hand forwards and snuggling your head underneath that left shoulder. It backwards, opening your chest towards your left side. One last breath as you are. Move your left hand closer to your face, push into your left hand and open up to right side. This time, remember, you can take your right hand to the floor first. We'll try stepping our right foot through. Staying here for a few breaths, or maybe like to take your right hand to your thigh and open your chest towards the ceiling, finding what works for you with your neck. You might let yourself kind of lean back into this left shoulder blade, letting it really support you and hold you here once you press into the floor with your left hand. Move your right hand down to the floor and step your right foot back. This time we're going to take knees wider apart and bring feet together. You could sit yourself back towards your heels, maybe you pop a cushion underneath your bottom. Have your hands still slightly out in front of you, so you're leaning forward slightly. And as you breathe in, open your heart towards the front, reach your chest forwards and lift your tailbone. As you breathe out, round your back, drop your head towards the floor. So again, that cat-cow movement, just in a different way here, breathing in to reach chest forwards and out to round through your spine. So a couple more times here, just noticing how does it feel for you, moving through these expressions in a different place. After this exhale, let your hands walk forwards and rest your head closer towards the ground. Maybe you rest your head on your hands if that's nicest for you, or keep your arms stretched out and drop your head towards the floor, whatever works. If it feels nice, you could rock a little from side to side. Pause where you are. Lift yourself just a little by pressing into your hands with them stretched out in front of you. Walk your hands over towards your right side as far as you can comfortably go. You might really creep those left fingers away towards the right side so you get a nice bit of space created down the left side of your body. You can drop your head down or rest your head on your right hand if that's nicer for you. Just finding space down the left side of your body where you are, and really breathing into that space. Now see especially how much you can relax as you breathe out. One last breath here. Lift your head and chest just enough to walk yourself back to center. Pause here for a moment, resting hands out in front of you or head on top of hands. Then with arms stretched out again, walk your hands over towards your right side, again as far as feels good for you. So when you find that space down the left side of your body, the right side of your body, sorry, let yourself breathe into that space. One final breath as you are. Slowly walk your hands back to center. This time we're going to bring ourselves forwards onto our bellies. So one way you could do that is lifting yourself just enough to come onto your forearms and then let your bottom come forwards and down onto the floor. If another way works better for you, do it that way instead. Once you're there, rest your elbows on the floor. Forearms are about parallel, shoulder distance apart. As you breathe in, roll your shoulders back and reach your heart forwards, making sure to protect this space in your lower back by reaching your tailbone backwards. And as you exhale, let shoulders shrug up towards your ears, let your chest drop down. Breathe in, roll shoulders back and down, reach heart forwards. And breathe out, let shoulders shrug up towards your ears. A couple more times. And this time, after you inhale, slowly bring yourself down to the floor. Take your hands behind you, reaching your fingertips towards the wall behind you, resting palms of hands on the floor alongside you. You might like to have your feet about hip distance apart. You can start to press into the floor with your feet. And just remember, this doesn't need to be a big movement, just a small gesture is enough. As you inhale, reach your heart forwards, try lifting your head and chest a little way. You could push into the floor a little with your hands, rolling your shoulders back. Exhale, lower yourself back down, maybe resting your forehead or the side of your face on the floor. Inhale again, reach your chest forwards, lifting yourself just slightly away from the floor, and exhale, lower. One more time, breathe in and out. Come to rest your head on your left hand, looking towards your right side. You can move your right arm to out in line with your shoulder and take right knee out towards the right side. You can have that knee about in line with your hip or maybe lower, whatever works for you. When you found that comfortable place, let yourself settle there. Notice if you can give a little more of the weight of your body to the floor. Notice the movement of your breath through your body, especially through your lower back, even the back of your pelvis. Maybe you can exaggerate that movement, really filling that space with your breath. Now in your own time, very gently guide yourself back to the center. Bring your right hand underneath your face. Rest your forehead on your hands. Turn your head to rest your right cheek on your left hand. No, your right cheek on your right hand, looking towards your left side, and reach your left hand out to the left side. Take your left knee out towards the left side as well. Again, about in line with your hip or wherever works for you. Trying to have the inside of that leg resting towards the floor. Once more, whilst you're here, taking your awareness to that space at the back of your pelvis and sending your breath to that area. Final breath as we are. Slowly bring yourself back to center to rest your head on your hands again. Take another moment as you are, just really allowing yourself to relax here. To let all your muscles unclench. Then when you feel ready, slowly bring ourselves back. So you might open your eyes first. Perhaps you like to push yourself back into child's pose or just roll onto your back. Find any way to really gradually bring yourself up without any rush. When you do feel ready, you could bring yourself all the way up to sitting for us to go through some more breathing practices here. The first one we're going to do is just a really simple technique that can really help us to ground ourselves and to feel a little calmer and more connected to our breath. We're just going to take our right hand out in front of us and take our left pointing finger to the outside of our right little finger. We're just going to move this index finger up and down all of our fingers using the moving up as an inhale and the moving down as an exhale. So breathe in and out and in and out and so on. We'll do the same then on the other side, okay? So starting by breathing out fully. You can close your eyes if that's nicer, or just watch your hand as you breathe in, tracing your index finger up the outside of your little finger on your right hand. And breathing out to move your finger down the inside of your little finger. Breathing in, slowly moving up the outside of your fourth finger. And out to slowly move down. So you might come back to that count that really worked for you. I'm breathing in and breathing out. Maybe helpful to repeat to yourself, I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out.
Last one. And then swapping, keep going. Right index finger across the outside of your left little finger. Moving at your own pace with your own breath. And breathing in and breathing out. And when you've completed that, just resting hands down and breathing naturally for a moment. Coming into Nadi Shodhana next, alternate nostril breathing. It may be nice, I'm not going to mirror you here, it may be nice to have the sole of your left foot on the floor so that you can rest, I should have said right foot on the floor, so that you can rest your right elbow on your knee, if that's nice of you. And you could bring your first two fingers together with that right hand, resting them on your forehead. Try your best to bring your hand to your head rather than your head to your hand, so you keep your spine aligned. You could hover your thumb over your right nostril and your fourth finger and little finger over left nostril. So when we press onto our nostrils to block the air, we're going to make that really subtle, really gentle, so you don't need to press too hard to restrict your breathing in that way. So begin by breathing out fully. Gently press your thumb down to breathe in through left nostril for 4, 3, 2, 1. Close left nostril, breathe out through right for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale there, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swap, exhale through left for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause and rest, relax your hand down. And whilst we rest in between, imagine that there's a feather in front of your nose, maybe a few inches away. And as you breathe in and out, you're trying your best to not disturb that feather. If it feels quite hard, you can move the imaginary feather further away. If it feels quite easy, you can bring it closer to you. And try and keep that level of subtlety to your breath as we go through 3 more rounds. I'll guide you through the first 2 and you can go through the last one on your own. So first 2 fingers to rest on your forehead. Thumb over right nostril, fourth finger over left nostril. Check the alignment through your spine, noticing that you're lifted up through the back of your neck. Exhale fully through both nostrils. That softness in your breath. Inhale through left nostril for 4, 3, 2, 1. Swap to exhale through right, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale there, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swap, exhale through left for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through left nostril for 4. Soft exhale through right for 4. Gentle inhale through right for 4. And a quiet exhale through left for 4. Keep going now, another round on your own. After that exhale through your left nostril, relax your hand down. Come back to a relaxed breath. And when you feel ready, you could softly open your eyes and just bring yourself into a comfortable sitting position. So hopefully starting to feel a little more relaxed, and breathing is one of the best ways we can help ourselves to tap into the parasympathetic nervous system. And another way that I've more recently been learning about is through our vision. So I'm going to do some little practices here to help us to move into a calmer state of being by just doing some visual exercises. So our eyes take in 70% of the information that our body receives about the environment, and it occupies about 40% of the brain's capacity. So our eyes are really there to kind of prepare us for danger, and the types of eye movements that we use can indicate to our brain and body that we are in a stressful situation, when in fact it might just be that we're looking at our phones or something else, but that tells our body, oh, we're doing something stressful, we need to be on high alert. So the practices that we're going to do can help us to step away from that way of looking, but also just help to relax our eyes as well. So we'll start off by just taking your thumb out in front of you. And if you are not near, if you're very close to a wall, you might turn yourself around to look at a wall that's further away. But all we're going to do is look at our thumb and then look at the wall behind the thumb. So have your thumb in your eye line, look at your thumb for 2 seconds, and then look beyond your thumb to the wall behind you again for about 2 seconds. And just keep switching like that. We'll do that for about a minute. So let yourself try to be really encompassed within this practice. Even if your mind wants to go elsewhere, just try and stay with this. It's okay to blink when you need to. And pause, flutter your eyelids, and release your arm down. Well done. If you need to just roll through your shoulders a little, go ahead and do that. The next one that we're going to do is we'll take our other arm out in front of us. This time just your index finger pointed up towards the ceiling. Watch your index finger as you move it towards you, keeping it in your eye line, and slowly move it away. So again, we'll just do that for about a minute, just moving your finger towards you as far as it's comfortable, and then moving it out to arm's length. So just another 10 seconds or so. And when you reach your finger away, pause there, release it down. You might like to just close your eyes for a moment, relax for a moment. And when you're ready, open your eyes. The very last one we'll do here is to just take both thumbs out in front of you. We're going to draw a figure of 8 with our thumbs, well, kind of figure 8, but on its side. So we're going to be drawing a circle with our left thumb and watching that thumb the whole way around. And then when you come back to center, drawing a circle with your right thumb the whole way around. So just do that about 4 times in total. So make those circles as big as you can whilst keeping your head really still and just letting your eyes move around in their sockets. So you're trying your best to not turn your head around, keep your head really still, and just let your eyes roll around, making those circles as big as you comfortably can, both for your eyes and your arms. And we're probably coming up to about the last time. So when you bring your thumbs together next, pause there and relax. Good. Rub your hands together really quickly here. Produce heat between the palms of your hands. Close your eyes and place your warm hands over your closed eyes. Let that heat radiate in. You might even massage your hands over your eyes whilst you're there, just gently kind of rubbing them back and forth over your eye sockets, not actually pressing onto the eyeball. And pause, let your hands move down your face. Well done. Okay, so pause for a moment here. Find a comfortable place to be, wherever feels best for you. If you want to lie down or if you're happy sitting, we're just going to come into a short guided relaxation. So just be wherever is going to be most comfortable for you for about 5 minutes of guided relaxation. So let yourself be as comfortable as possible and close your eyes. So allowing yourself to notice what you're sitting with now. Maybe there's been a really subtle shift from the moment you sat in front of your laptop or whatever device. Maybe there is still some tensions and discomfort there. Whatever feelings you're experiencing today. Allow yourself to relax a little more into this space, knowing that this is your time. You can give yourself permission to relax. So we're starting to move towards the second part, where we're letting go of the year that's been. So you might just hold that in your awareness for a moment, noticing anything that comes up for you. So as you let yourself open up to thinking about the year that's been, just notice what strikes you first of all. Try your best to not get too caught up in any of this, just noticing, observing, and letting all of that be. Let yourself kind of fast forward through the whole of the last year, from January the 1st, just seeing yourself moving through everything that came your way, trying your best to not dwell on anything, but really notice those things that stand out, those situations, those experiences that perhaps really identified the year for you. Let yourself move all the way through the year, all the way up until this point right now. Again, just noticing the things that arise without getting caught up in them. Bring yourself all the way up until this moment right now. Then drop that, let it go. And let one happy memory from the last year come to mind. Fill that in with as much detail as possible. See where you were in your mind, what was happening, who was with you, what you were wearing, how you felt, what you could see, smell, hear, touch, and taste. See all of it in as much detail as you can, even making up the parts that you don't quite remember. Spend a few moments there just soaking in that joy. Perhaps you sense a feeling of gratitude arising. Picture it swelling up from your heart and spreading across your body. Maybe you can visualize that as a color or a texture. And maybe you can hold on to that sensation of gratitude as you gently bring yourself back. Taking your time to feel your body here in this space. Perhaps moving through your fingers, your shoulders. And gently, when you feel ready, opening your eyes. We're going to come into our journal prompts here. So grab your pen and paper or journal. So as we come into the journal prompts, you can just bear in mind that, this doesn't need to be perfectly written sentences. You can just free write whatever comes to mind, just let it flow through your hand and onto the paper. Try to not spend too long thinking about these, just write whatever comes to mind straight away. I'll give you guys a couple of minutes for each one. Maybe some of them will spend a bit longer on. So the first thing is, what are you really pleased about from the last year? What are you really pleased about? So this could be something you've achieved, something you've done for someone else or yourself, maybe a goal you've reached or a boundary that you've had in place. What are you really pleased about from the last year? The next one is, what has been your biggest win? So over the last year, what has been your biggest win? So you might look at the list that you've just written or everything that you've written from the previous prompt and think about what you're most proud of. When you're ready for the next one, it is, what does it feel like to have accomplished that? What does it feel like to have accomplished that? Next is, what challenges did you face this year? So as always, it's up to you how kind of light you keep this, or if you want to take things deeper, that's of course your decision. But just do whatever feels safe for you. Make sure you're keeping yourself safe here. What challenges did you face this year? Next part, if you're ready for it, no worries if not, is what helped you get through those? What helped you to get through those? How would you describe the person that you've been over the last year? How would you describe the person that you've been over the last year? And the next one is, how did you show up for yourself? How did you show up for yourself? Maybe it's helpful to think of any practices that you took up or stuck to. Perhaps thinking about where you pushed yourself outside of your comfort zone and where you said no to honor your own well-being. How did you show up for yourself? So just have 2 more to go. Next one is, what have you been beating yourself up over? What have you been beating yourself up over? Maybe that's external circumstances or just internal struggles that you've not managed to overcome. Whatever comes to mind, what have you been beating yourself up over? So the last one, imagine a friend had been going through that. So reference to the previous prompt. Imagine a friend had been going through that. What would you say to them? So what loving words would you say to a friend who'd been beating themselves up in that way? So beginning to wrap all of that up now. We're going to do something a little different here. We're going to come into another form of meditation that is trauma releasing exercises. So this is a shaking meditation. So if you want to switch your camera off for this, of course, you can go ahead and do that. All we're going to be doing is shaking. So the idea is to loosen up and shake out all of the built up tension in your mind and body. So obviously you guys would know that a lot of meditation techniques require you to just sit still and observe rather than do. But this is really an act of letting go. So whilst being aware of your body. And it's nice to think about how all mammals shake. Like if you've got a pet dog, then you'd see them, get up after lying down, have a good shake, and then carry on with their day. And it's kind of like a shedding, a releasing of any built up tension or stagnant energy. And so after, I know sometimes journaling can be a little bit heavy and stuff can come up. So we're going to shake all of that off now to really let go of it so that we can move on to the final sections of this workshop. So not only is it good for us in that kind of, maybe it's even a metaphorical way if you like to think of it, but it's also just really good for your nervous system, for your parasympathetic nervous system, sending signals to your brain to be calm, to relax and let go. And it also activates the lymphatic system of our body, which helps to release toxins. So there's no wrong way to do this, but we are going to stand up if we can. If you are, sitting and you need to be sitting or lying in bed, that's fine. Just stay there, but you can still join in doing as much as you can. So for part of this, I'll have my microphone where it is, but I'll have to move it so you don't get too much noise. So we're going to do 5 minutes in total. And all we're going to do is start off by maybe shaking our hands and bouncing our knees. And you can just start off like this. And then you can let it build up. So start to let your arms go. Maybe you bounce. It's probably where I'm going to have to take my microphone off. So you can really bounce, maybe shake your head around, but really, really go for it. And just let yourself be free here and go wild with it. I'm going to put the microphone down so I don't cause too much noise disruption, but keep going. We've got 3 more minutes to go. Keep going. "90 seconds left. 30 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And stop. Just be still where you are. Close your eyes.
Let everything settle. Notice what's going on for you. Be aware of your physical sensations, any emotions, any thoughts. Let yourself be here in that little bit of space you've created between your present self, this warm version of you, with the heart beating a little faster, and the self you've been reflecting on. You can very gently flutter your eyelids open just enough to let yourself settle into a comfortable lying position. Let yourself relax here. We're going to switch on that imaginative part of our brain. So to warm that up, visualize the four walls of the room that you're in. A pink house, a yellow flower, a blue car. Now visualize yourself looking in the mirror at yourself. See yourself from the year that has been. See all of the pain, the joy, exhaustion, pride, or whatever feelings there are in your eyes. Recognize everything that you've been through over the last year, the highs and the lows, the easy times and the tough times. See yourself standing before you and feel a sense of gratitude overcome you. Thank yourself for bringing you here. Imagine yourself reaching through the mirror to give yourself a loving hug. When you release from the embrace, you look at yourself in the mirror again and say these words to yourself in your mind. I am proud of everything I have overcome this year. I have done enough. I am enough.
I am strong. I am powerful. I am wise. I am loving. I take care of myself. I let go of what no longer serves me. I am worthy. I am loved. I am enough. Let those words soak in. And if any of those affirmations particularly struck a chord with you, it might be nice to repeat that one a few more times to yourself. Allow yourself to relax even more. With the next 3 breaths, use your exhale to soften and sink down towards the ground even more. Imagine a warm towel spread across your feet. Feel that warmth ease into the soles of your feet and begin to spread through your feet up to your ankles. As you feel the warmth spread, allow your muscles to become even softer, looser, and more relaxed. Allow any tension to melt away. Feel the warmth of that towel moving up your legs slowly into your shins, knees, thighs, and hips, allowing any soreness or tightness to loosen. Feel the warmth ease up your ribs, your chest, your neck, all the way to the top of your head. Feel the muscles loosen around your mouth, your eyes, your forehead. Imagine the warmth running down the back of your neck into shoulders, arms, and hands. Imagine that towel covering the whole of your body, easing any pain or tightness. Whilst your body enjoys this moment of rest, take your awareness to your breath. Take a deep breath in and slowly release it out. Feel the rise and fall of your belly as you breathe deeply. Breathe all the way into your belly, through your lungs, and release. As you breathe in, draw in peace. As you breathe out, let go of any negative self-talk or distracting concerns. Today, we're preparing ourselves by letting go of the year that's been, by finding that calm within. And now we're going to focus on our resiliency. As you breathe in and out, picture yourself as a sleeping bear. Feel your chest swell with power as you take deep breaths. Notice the strength in your shoulders and arms. Listen to the force as you breathe out. Continue to focus on your breath. Think about how you can be both calm and powerful. As you relax deeply, bring to mind a time over the last year when you stayed calm during a challenging situation. Think about the skills and the strength it took for you to maintain this calm. Notice how intuitively you knew what to do. Take a moment to appreciate yourself and your ability to handle hard things. Now think about the network of people in your life that help you to be resilient. This may be family, friends, a group that you're part of, work, pets, or other things that allow you to feel connected and supported. Think about a time over the last year when these connections allowed you to do something difficult. Allow yourself to feel gratitude for these connections. Continue to look inward and think back to your biggest win of the year. Remember that sense of accomplishment or mastery. Imagine standing tall with your head held high and your shoulders back. Embrace this confidence. Remember this feeling. draw on this memory when you doubt yourself. Continue to notice your breath as you feel calm, connected, and confident. You could go a little deeper and think about where your resiliency comes from. You might think about your history. Were others in your family resilient? Challenges did they overcome? Perhaps that resiliency even comes from family members that you never knew. There could be stories that were never passed down. But you can imagine a golden thread running through the family, passing on this resiliency. And as the thread reaches you, feel a push of power as these gifts are passed on to you in your own unique way. You could think of a symbol that represents your resiliency. Hold on to that image and keep a picture of it in the back pocket of your mind. You can keep coming back to that whenever you need to. Now let yourself rest here, knowing that you are resilient. You can accomplish hard things. You have a network of individuals who love and support you. And you are capable of staying calm in stressful situations. We're coming to a close now. I'm going to count backwards from 5. And you can use that countdown to bring yourself back to a fully awake state. 5, 4, slowly waking. 3, 2, fully awake, and 1. You can start to move your fingers and your toes, bringing a little movement into your body. Maybe you like to take a big stretch or hug your knees in, whatever feels good for you. Maybe nice to rub your hands together one last time to heat up your hands and rest them over your closed eyes, taking a final big breath in and a long breath out. So open your eyes and move your hands down your face. Take your time to bring yourself back up to sitting. Thank you so much for being here this evening with me. Well done, everybody. Namaste. I hope that you are feeling a little calmer and more prepared to take on the festivities ahead of us, and also having shed kind of some of the stress or the heaviness that you might have been carrying from the year that's been, and ready to start to think about what intentions you might want to set for the year ahead. And if you are keen to do that next step with me, we'll be doing that in our January new moon circle, which is on January the 3rd. So we'll have time to really set intentions for the year ahead and design the year that we want to have, really. So thank you all so much, and I hope you're feeling nice and calm now, and I hope you have a wonderful Christmas.